Breaking news for you. This has been a busy morning already. We are going live to pictures from Washington, D.C. And the latest report is that there have been immigrants by bus dropped off at Vice President Kamala Harris's residence. This is just outside her home.
I don't have a problem with it. Look, she's supposed to be the border czar. She's supposed to be the new president of the United States. Let's see how she handled this. Bring the migrant issue to your doorstep. Watch the video. The video is brought to you by TatumStore.com, TatumStore.com. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a quick video because I'm trying to get out of here today. All right? I can't make 6 videos a day every day. So I got to cut it short today. I want you to watch this one because I think it's important in the political climate. Roll the clip.
For you, this has been a busy morning already. We are going live to pictures from Washington, D.C. And the latest report is that there have been immigrants by bus dropped off at Vice President Kamala Harris's residence. This is just outside her home. You can see from these pictures dozens, I would say more than 100. I don't know if there are multiple hundreds of people outside on the lawn there, but not a small number of people out.
Now let's think about this. This is just a fart in the wind in comparison to how many people have come into our country illegally. This is probably about 100. They claiming that somewhere between like 8 to 12 million people have come into our country that are lingering around just like this. No money, no job. Lord knows what kind of skill they have. They can't speak English. Many of them, I guarantee you. We don't know what diseases they got. We don't know what, none of this stuff. We don't know if they wanted for stuff. We don't know nothing about these people. And this is just 100. And how much would it cost to feed all these people for 3 meals in one day? Imagine 15 million people. But the board ain't an issue. Remember, board ain't an issue. Remember that? That board ain't an issue. This ain't an issue.
Side, not the White House, but Vice President Harris's home address. You are looking live in Washington, D.C. This is the latest breaking news, potentially another contention between Governor Greg Abbott of Texas and the northeastern cities that he has deemed a home for those who have crossed illegally into the country, getting the attention of the federal government. That's what he says his intentions are, to make sure that they know exactly what border towns along our border with Mexico are actually dealing with. The inundation of people, a lack of resources. Washington, D.C.'s Mayor Muriel Bowser has now asked for the federal government to step in. They have not taken any action yet. But, Mitch, this is certainly the sight to see, all of these people just standing around on the front yard of the Vice President of the United States.
Yes, this is the Naval Observatory there.
In Washington.
Say that one more time.
This is the Naval Observatory there, and that is the official residence of the vice president. So Kamala Harris is living and working there, and these immigrant buses have been dropped off right there. They've been put in her lap, essentially. It seems like this is an increasingly aggressive campaign, not only from Governor Abbott, but you just heard Dre Clark's report about migrants being sent to Martha's Vineyard. Now, that's an island, so he's flying them from Florida on a plane to Martha's Vineyard. Now you have immigrants being dropped off in front of the vice president's residence. The goal of these border governors is to bring this issue home to people that don't usually have to deal with it. Governors Abbott in Texas, Ducey in Arizona, now DeSantis in Florida have been saying for months, this shouldn't be just our problem. And in the last 3 or 4 months or so, they have decided it's not just going to be our problem.
Now, let me tell you this. If you were a real president and you really cared about the people and you really cared about the immigrants and you sitting there crying at the border talking about people in cages, all you got to do is walk out on the line, have your security detail there. None of these people are going to, you could even get them checked before you walk out. Walk out there, greet them, have a translator. People can figure out all this stuff before you even walk out there. Go get a local area market, give them a little pub. They can cater some food for these people. And get them some food. Do it out of your own dime. And say, yeah, I get the message. But the big message is we got to help these people. And I'm going to help them out of my own dime. tonight and do a press conference. And America will be shocked that somebody actually cared and had some humanity, because they trying to show, of course they didn't send any threatening people down there, but you can easily play the game. But they not gonna play the game. They don't give a about you or none of these people. It's all a game. It's all a show. They don't have a genuine connection with human beings. These people are just reading teleprompters and scripts. They don't have human connect. They don't really care. I know too many people that actually care. I know people that care about others. I'm one of those people who are included in that. I care about people, and you can tell it when I engage with people. These politicians don't care, man. They laughing at these people. They laughing at these people as they starve in our country, and they laughing at you, the taxpayer, because you funding it. They don't care. They still getting paid. They still getting their check from the government. The government is in trillions of dollars of debt. They still getting paid their money. Just imagine if the politicians wasn't getting paid because the debt is too high. See how they act then. They probably get some stuff. The bipartisan would be like this. They be working with each other. They be going to dinner, hanging out with each other, spending the night over each other's house. If they were losing money, if they didn't do nothing about what's going on in America together, instead of arguing with each other every single day, trying to, parse words. It's annoying to me. Let me let this finish.
And you are seeing evidence of that at the Naval Observatory, the residence of the Vice President Kamala Harris right now.
Quote unquote border czar. Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People gonna have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
There has been so much criticism against Kamala Harris. She was the border czar.
Calling her sort of the border czar, which wasn't necessarily the case.
So the border, if they weren't planning to address it in a major way, do not make her your border czar. She met with some of the Northern Triangle countries, but nothing has effectively changed.
It's crazy. I don't have time to keep talking about this. I think you guys get the point. It's insane what they're doing. And I hope that they get exposed. I just hope that people don't let their emotionalism trump what their logic says. The logic says we need something different going on in America. Emotionalism say it's the first woman president. Unity. These people ain't unifying nothing, man. They want every conservative, MAGA supporting conservatives to go to hell, and they want to put us there sooner than later. And we know that's what they want. They hate America. They'll change everything. They'll get rid of all the statues. We wouldn't even know what the history is. They'll rewrite history and say George Floyd was Martin Luther King. How much you want to bet? In 20 years, and I said this, I hope that this is on record and it stays alive for 20 years. I said in 20 years, they're going to act like George Floyd was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Everything that he did negatively, they're going to erase. They're going to have statues of this guy. He's going to be the next civil rights movement activist. They're going to act like the man was an activist his whole life and that he was fighting for change and he was murdered by the state of police because he was a good man, taking care of his kids and stuff. They're gonna try to make y'all forget about all that stuff he did. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I'm tired. Look at my eyes. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.